BBC Newsnight host Emily Maitlis told off the SNP's Westminster leader Ian Blackford for stacking up grievances against the UK government to push Scotland's independence bid. The SNP's Ian Blackford hit out at Prime Minister Boris Johnson for having a hostile agenda against devolution in the Commons yesterday. Mr Blackford criticised the government's proposals to bring forward legislation for state aid laws to remain a reserved power of the Westminster government after Brexit, despite SNP calls for it to be devolved. The BBC Newsnight host said, "You know, Ian, that a lot of people will say this is all part of a grievance accountancy, that you are stacking them up to advance your cause for independence because the more unhappy the people of Scotland feel, the more likely they are to vote for you." Speaking on the show, Mr Blackford responded, "I can give you an assurance that is not the case. It is about genuine anger about the powers the Parliament has to legislate on devolved areas which has now been interfered with. That is not acceptable. That's not respect from Westminster. I understand that we would accept that there would have to be framework agreements. We will work constructively, I assure you that." Ms Maitlis added, "That is your voice. You are the voice for the SNP in Westminster. You get around the table and use your voice for this. It comes as extra powers are being promised for Holyrood, Cardiff Bay and Stormont under the UK government's plans for dealing with Brexit. Measures that were previously regulated by the European Union will return to the UK at the end of the year when the transition period expires. Responsibilities in 160 policy areas, including animal welfare, public procurement rules and environmental regulations, will now go to one or more of the devolved administrations. The way the government is handling the return of powers from Brussels has already provoked a row with Nicola Sturgeon's administration in Scotland after it was revealed that Whitehall will assume control of the state aid regime.